Don't buy this TV if you want to plug your aerial in and watch Freeview. Why is that? Because it's a portable, tunerless TV. There is no tuner in here, so you can't plug your aerial in. We actually bought this TV by mistake. A customer wanted a 24-inch with a soundbar, and we didn't actually know on the website where we got it, there was no mention that this is a tunerless TV. So to save anyone else having the same issues, I thought I'd do a quick video on it. Let's see how good this TV is. Can it even be called a TV if it doesn't have a tuner? Let me know in the comments. So this is the Metz 24 MPE 7002Z. And just from looking at the box, we can see it's got Chromecast built in, it's Dolby Audio, it's got a little battery icon, and it's got a matte screen, so anti-reflection. And that battery icon means you can actually charge this TV up and use it with no wires for up to 3 hours. And yes, we will test that out a little bit later on. Time to get it unboxed. So we've got a decent bit of polystyrene protecting the TV. So if you were going to take this out camping, say, because it's a portable TV with a battery, so you could use it outside, you could then pack it up and put it in the box to keep it safe. First thoughts, it's actually a really nice looking TV. And if you have a look on the back, it's got a nice leather carry handle. Soundbar at the bottom. It's a white backing with speckles of colour all the way through. We then have a remote control, a power cable, the power supply to go with that cable, the batteries, and the instructions. So before we plug it in, let's just have a look at the connections, and they are all on the side. So at the bottom is your power cable. You then got a little round one which says AV in, so it looks like a 3.5mm jack. You've got your Ethernet socket to connect to the internet. You've got optical out to go to a sound system. Got your HDMI and a USB. So let's plug them in. It still seems very strange to have a TV with no aerial or satellite connection. So we're plugged in, that's the remote control. So Google TV. So just so you know, I've sped that process up. I turned it on here, it came up. So Google TV is now getting to this. It's very, very slow. Hopefully it's just for the setup, and then after that it'll be quicker. So it's telling us now that there is a mic button. That is that button just there. So if we just go skip, and I saw a Bluetooth symbol, so I'm assuming this is a Bluetooth remote control. And there we go, so that's the Bluetooth pairing. Good thing with Bluetooth, you don't have to point it at it. Even if you covered the end, you can still press the buttons and it will control the TV. Success. English in the United States in brackets. I wonder if there's UK. English New Zealand. There is not, so we'll do English United States. Then select our region. Okay, I can't find England or United Kingdom or Great Britain. Where are we? We've got Ireland. Do we not exist anymore? Yemen, Vietnam, Uzbekistan, Uganda, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates, Tanzania, Turkey, Tunisia, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Thailand, Togo, Chad, Syria, Spain, Zambia, South Africa, Switzerland, Somalia, Sierra Leone, Slovakia, Slovenia, Singapore, Senegal, Sri Lanka, Serbia, Sweden, Sudan, Seychelles, Saudi Arabia, Rwanda, Russia, Romania, Union, Qatar, Portugal, Palestine, Poland, Pakistan, Philippines, Papua New Guinea, Oman, New Zealand, Nepal, Norway, North Macedonia, Netherlands, Nigeria, Niger, Namibia, Mozambique, Malaysia, Mauritius, Mongolia, Burma, Mali, Madagascar, Morocco, Libya, Latvia, Luxembourg, Lithuania, Lesotho, Liberia, Lebanon, Laos, Pakistan, Kuwait, Kyrgyzstan, Kenya, Jordan, Italy, Iran, Iraq, India, Israel, Ireland, Indonesia, Hungary, Guinea-Bissau, Greece, Equatorial Guinea, Ghana, Germany, Georgia, Gambia, Gabon, French, Guinea, France, Fiji, Finland, Ethiopia, Egypt, Estonia, Denmark, Burundi, Bahrain, Bulgaria, Burkina Faso, Belgium, Bangladesh, Azerbaijan, Australia, Austria, Angola, Armenia, Algeria, Albania, Afghanistan. No Great Britain, no England. The closest is Ireland, so let's say we're in Ireland. The entertainment you love. Set up Google TV or set up basic TV. Now for this test, I'm going to set up Google TV. I'll sign in with my account. That way, anything you do on Google will be on there. I subscribe to YouTube. That's basically all I watch. I don't really watch live TV. So maybe a TV like this would be good. I don't actually need a tuner. I never watch live TV. I watch everything on my phone. I pretty much don't even watch TV. But if I do, I want a nice big screen. But I can imagine taking this out camping or something like that. Keep the kids entertained on a larger screen. So let me set up Google TV now. So the easiest way to do it is with the QR code. I'm actually using my phone to record this video. So I'm now going to stop this bit. I'm going to use my phone, get it connected, and we'll come back to the video. Okay, so it took about 10 minutes already, so I'm a bit frustrated, and I've just got setting up your TV. I can't even turn the TV off, and it says press and hold, and it doesn't matter if I press and hold, nothing happens. So of course, what we've got to do is just pull the power and see if we can get this working. It's all set up on my phone, the Google part, it's just not casting up or anything. So let's reset it and we'll come back to it. Okay, so the annoying thing with a battery powered TV, when you unplug it, you expect the power to go off, but it's got a built-in battery. The TV is not going off. So it's just saying setting up TV, follow the instructions in the Google Home app, having trouble, press and hold the left button on the remote control. You can see the light is shining, but it's just not doing anything. When all else fails, we'll have a read through the instructions. Just so you know, it's got an energy rating of E, and it will use 17 kilowatt hours every 1,000 hours. Right, so I've just got straight into it, basic operation, and it just shows you a battery switch button. I didn't see that. So, just there, which you can hardly see because it's the same color as the actual screen. If we press that, we'll press and hold it. It's gone off. Let's plug him back in and turn him on here. I held that down, METS, leave the future, still very slow. If you can't tell, I'm very impatient, so when things take a long time, I get very bored. Google TV, oh, it looks like a big instruction manual, but most of it is in different languages. So we've got the quick start guide at the front. So just an overview, tells you what you get in there. The AV in bit, what I said was the 3.5 jack. It receives audio and video signals from AV devices such as a DVD, so you would actually have to get a special lead. So it'll be a 3.5 to a 3 phono, maybe adapt that into a SCART or a HDMI, whatever you actually have. If anyone even uses DVDs now, I don't. Right, so it looks like it's gone back to the startup. So let's press that button. Well, we should be able to skip it. Let's skip it. Setting up your TV, follow the instructions in the Google Home app. Right, let me get the phone again. Okay, so I'm still having trouble setting up the TV through the app. It's not connecting and stuff. So I tried to remove the TV and then reconnect it and it's not doing it. And it was telling me to press the back or the left button. I thought it meant that because of the cursor keys, there is an actual arrow left. So that's my mistake. So I pressed it and it comes to this. Finish setup with remote. So we'll do that. It's probably going to be a little bit more straightforward, or hopefully it will. Let's just allow, choose a home. I set a home up in the phone as METS test because we're got a METS TV and we're doing a test. So it now comes to choose your services. I don't subscribe to Prime, I do have Disney. So click on Disney and we'll click on Spotify because I pay for Spotify as well. I have read the agreement. Does anyone actually read these agreements? Let me know in the comments. Input password. Let's keep it simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Confirm it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Select a mode, so home or shop. I am in my shop at the minute, but I'm going to set it up for home use and finish. Setting up your Google TV, 0% complete. To get to this stage, it has took about half an hour. I'm very frustrated. I like to set up a TV within 5 minutes, all done. But I guess it was partly my fault for not actually realising there's a back button, me thinking it's the left key button. So I'm going to let the TV do its thing and we'll come back to this when it's completed. Finally, we've got to this screen. So get the most out of your Google TV. Your Google TV is ready to go, but here are a few optional features you can set up for a more personalized experience. So Google Photos and Screensaver, multiple profiles and kids features. I'm just gonna go straight to Google TV. You can see there's a little battery icon here. So you can see it says it's charging and we're up to 11%. And that is your Google homepage. And if you look right in the center, that's one of my last YouTube videos. And you can see I've got young children. We've got Frozen up here. So if you're used to Google TV, you know how it works. All your apps, your icons, it's pretty much standard for all the Google TVs that are out there. Let's just see how quick it is. So if I go onto that, might as well show my YouTube video. So it's taking a little while to connect, not too bad. Today we are looking at this Beko robot vacuum cleaner, but not there we go. Oh, it's just coming up saying who's watching. So I've got the kids set up as well. So I've got Wade and Tula or me. So I'll keep it as me. So I left the TV on charge overnight and it says here 100. So we're at 100% charge on the battery. I'm gonna go out and do a CCTV installation and I'm gonna put this in the office, just playing YouTube, and they can tell me when it goes off. Let's see if it does last the full 3 hours. But before we do that, I was just going to show you what other things this TV has. So if we have a look at the remote control, right at the bottom, you've got your YouTube, Netflix and Prime Video quick buttons. So you press them, it will go straight into whichever one you want. The button at the bottom is actually a shortcut button. So you have to set what you want as a shortcut. So similar to the YouTube, Netflix and Prime Video, but you can select what you want. Now you can have it as just a single button, or you can set 4 shortcuts. And you do that in this editing page, which is all done through here. So I'm just going to set it up to see how good it works. So I'm going to go into multifunction and then come down, and you can see it's telling you you can use whichever one of these cursor keys for the shortcut. So what it would be, you'd press that and then you press one of these to select your shortcut, but you have to set it first. So I'm going to go to the top one, press the enter button, and then I can select whatever I want as a shortcut. So let's say Disney. I can then go to the bottom one and select Spotify. The one on the right, you can actually do system functions as well. So it could be a shortcut to your HDMI or your picture menu. And then the last one, let's just have as media. And then we'll go and set it at the bottom. So I just tried it and it works really well. So I pressed that button and the top button and it went straight to Disney. I guess if I do it again, so if I press that button and the bottom button, it should then go to Spotify, because that's what I set for the bottom button. All the actions do take a little while. You're looking 5 to 10 seconds from when I press the button to actually get it onto that screen. But yeah, that is quite a good feature that not many TVs have. Now I'm just going to head on to the settings, which is the cog button just there. See what picture settings and sound settings I can change. I've got a soundbar, so I'm assuming it's something I can change in there to make it sound how I would like it, so bass and treble. So there's the screensaver mode, picture. So on energy saving at the minute. So this will make the picture not as bright. So I'm trying to change it to vivid, and it's going to say this option may result in high energy consumption. I would prefer that because you get a better picture. You don't want to spend out on a nice TV and then put it into energy mode and the picture's not as good. So the picture will be brighter, but when we do the test in a minute to see if that will last for 3 hours, maybe it won't because it's using more energy. Now look at the sound. Sound style, we're on standard, but you can do user, vivid, sport, movies, music and news. I'm going to put it in music because we'll try Spotify in a minute and see how good that soundbar is. There's also a sound surround option. In accessibility in the settings, you've got a text to speech and you've got captions. Good things to have if you need them. You can connect things via Bluetooth. At the minute, obviously we've got the remote control connected. And I just went into a section saying finish setup. So in here, you've got Google Photos as a screensaver. So you can put your photos on. So when it goes into screensaver mode, it's your pictures on there. You then got a multiple profiles. So you can add multiple people in there. So when you go down, you would say it's you watching it and that'll be tailored to your Google TV, which is kind of handy. And then you got the kids features, which will just make it family friendly. And to choose that, once you've set it up, there's a little person icon there. You press that, you can see I've got Luke there, but then you can add an account and you can manage accounts. So you can have multiple users for this TV. Right, I'm just going to test the sound out. So I'll press that bottom button for my shortcuts. It comes up along the bottom and Spotify is at the bottom. So I'll press the bottom key, wait for it to turn on. Now I've just got to log in. So I just had to use my phone. I logged in via the QR code and it was very simple. Literally clicked it, pair, and that's it. Very, very quick. And straight into my Spotify. And it brings up what you've been listening to. So on Spotify, there's a DJ, so it plays all your favorite music. We've been listening to a bit of Sandy Thom. And then you can see they've got Moana and Tangled and Frozen, because the kids like listening to the music in the car. And then we've got a bit of Ren. So I'm going to listen to that now. I won't be able to actually put the music on here because YouTube will flag it that I've used unpaid for content. Okay, so I just listened to all that song. I went to the settings and I just changed the bass. I lifted it up a little bit. It was on 50%, I put it onto 75. It's a really good sound. I wasn't expecting such a good sound from this TV. Even though it had the soundbar in it, I thought it might be a little bit tinny. It's not. That is a really good soundbar. I'm actually really liking this TV now. The only thing I don't like about it is it seems to be quite slow. So when you press a button, it does take a while, and I'm only talking about 2 or 3 seconds to actually go to whatever you wanted to go to. So, right, so it's about time. I've got to go and do my CCTV job. I'm going to disconnect this, put it in the other room, and let's see how long it lasts. I'll be back in a minute. I've just got back in the shop and the TV was off. It did not last 3 hours. In fact, it lasted 4 hours and 10 minutes. I wasn't expecting that. That was really good. So what I did, I put it onto YouTube. Nobody was pressing the remote or anything. So I guess if you was doing more on the remote, it may not last as long. But if you're just watching a film, 4 hours and 10 minutes. I think that is pretty impressive. So there you go. I've reviewed the TV. I was kind of negative about it to start with because I think it should have an aerial socket in it. In many ways, I still think every TV should have an aerial socket in, but I guess we are moving forward and lots of people do not use a traditional TV aerial. I just think it's quite nice to have it there, and I wouldn't have thought it would put that much cost onto the price of the TV. But nonetheless, this really is a great TV. It's got a great operating system, it's got a great sound, the picture's really good, it's got a 4-hour battery life, and if you want one, of course, there's a link in the description of this video. Now, if there's anything else that you wanted to know that I didn't cover in this video, just put it in the comments. And if you're not already, please do consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. And if you still want to watch another video, I'll put the link somewhere up there.